Everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be revisiting Jeskai Control, a deck I really enjoy. We talked about 4-color control just a few days ago, maybe a week ago. I have no idea. Time flies when you work a full-time job and you do this on the side. I don't know what day I played 4-color control, but we're going to be playing Jeskai. This is the deck I actually enjoy way more out of the two, and the idea is basically the same as that one. Is we're just going to stall out the game the best we can and then use cards like Shiko and Jeskai Revelation to win. Shiko obviously not in that 4-color control deck, but is in here because it works really well, and that leads up to these two cards, which is kind of the most diverse two that you play. Like in 4-color you're playing 4 of these, 2 of these. Here we're playing 4 of this and 2 of this, and that is just because stock up is significantly better with Shiko than consult the star charts most of the time. Because on 2, we remove a thing or counter a thing. On 3, we cast stock up to refill our hand. Turn 4, we entirely protect ourselves or wipe the board with Day of Judgment. And then we get to lead into a Shiko that is an incredible blocker against a lot of aggro decks. It's also a win condition because it can fly, vigilance, it can attack and block. And then with stock up being cast off of that, that allows us to look incredibly deeper into our deck. And especially with a card like Rediscover the Way, we can always play that back down, which we do in one of these games, until we need to get to our big boy in Jeskai Revelation and absolutely blow out the game with this card. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and dive into the games. I hope you all enjoy them, and let's go play. We're going to go ahead and try to keep this. We'll see what's up. A mountain, I guess. They're tapped. Obviously, we want helixes at some point here. That'd be great. Sure. Go ahead. If you cast spells, though, I had flash. If behold a dragon. Well, I have one of those, so I can do that now. I forgot the downside of this card. I didn't know if it was like less damage or what. I have a no more lives. You should do nothing this turn and pass. Oh, okay. Maybe you want to do something. That makes sense. Ugh. We're gonna do this. Nope, don't need more. I guess I technically need one more for this, but like, I would assume in the next 4 draws we'll get one. So, sure. We just interact with whatever one that they kind of target with extra stuff. Obviously, it could just be burn spells here, so if it's nothing, we take 2 damage, and then we answer the stuff on their end step. The Boros Charm's out of the question. Doesn't really matter now, so we end up taking 5, go to 11. Exile here. We don't want to use our Get Lost because we're going to have to use it for a Screaming Nemesis probably. Pending. We are at 11. The life at a questionable amount, because this just puts us within that weird burn range where they can just cast a couple things and get us, like Boros Charms and stuff. Hellkites. Yeah, I'm not taking a 4 here. I'm good. It also just turns it off, right? So we can end turn. I'll take 4 on like this turn probably to consult maybe. 5 mana in, we're ready to go. They play land, which is obviously their draw. Here. They already played their land, so depending what this is, a helix that they can't cast, which is great. Another Hellkite. Maybe not as great. They don't have land, obviously, so they get rid of it. Sure. There's a land. Go ahead and get this out of the way. Then we just have to try to rip a land. We pass. No, I passed up on the land earlier, but I still stand by that. My thing is they can shock this in and then try to play a Screaming Nemesis and we can counter it. Okay. Now we go Helix. Basically walk this turn back and we blow up a land of theirs, which makes this more relevant. But then we have a Shiko into another Helix, which is obviously way better. I have stuff. Can't life, right? Yeah. I was pretty positive it did, but I just wanted to know. I just needed to know. That's fine. Arena, I hate you so much, dude. Like, there's a response there. Okay. At least I can do it this way. Cast here. We're going to return this back to your hand. We're going to deal 4 damage here. Hey, Arena, you're the best. I understand that I can put full control mode on. But I feel like by default, I shouldn't have to put full control mode on there. Now, I want to probably... I kind of just want to Helix them there and do like maximum damage. But that feels kind of nuts. I feel like my plays are too good just to do that. Just pass. And then I can no-moralize this, I guess. If I want. No. No, sir, indeed. And just like that, we lock them out of the game. I don't even know if I care. I mean, I guess literally I just do nothing and it's like impossible to lose at this point. With a hard counter spell, I will Helix here. Try to get this game worked down. Then we can counter, draw. We're going to gain life here. Heal. This is basically a counter spell. Anytime Burst Lightning starts hitting us and our creatures and stuff when we're playing control, that means we're probably winning. So. Sure. Like I said, when it's doing that, we're probably just winning anyway. Could grab land, but at this point, I just don't even think there's a point to it. Tapped. Next. Turn. The thing is, I think the scariest part is them knowing I have a Shiko right here, and I haven't cast it yet. I think that is, like, the most horrifying part of the whole thing. Sure. Anything? Put it back in your hand. Reset you. Land here, and then I'm just gonna slowly win the game. There's no rush. I don't need to rush, but yeah, we'll take it. Opponent on a mulligan, we'll keep. We have weirdly like 4 or 5 draws. Kind of count these as draws sometimes. Storm Chasers, sure. Sure. We'll take mana in a hand like this. We want our No More Lies up. We want our Consult to be good. We have a Braid to remove a thing. It's just kind of depending what the match is. Okay. I'm like thrilled about what's going on, but not a whole lot I can do to stop it, to be honest with you. So here, let's hold up our No More Lies / a Braid. Dock. Exile. Take 3, which is fine. Play a Surveil land. Don't need more land now. Obviously, you need to kind of start drawing some actual spells. Let's play another VV. Sure. Uh-huh. Yeah. Heal. Might as well just keep playing the mana that makes most sense. And now we let like everything resolve. We just try not to die, essentially. And especially if it's only gonna be 2 damage, I'm cool. Waiting all day, bro. Yeah. Especially when they level that up for no value. Obviously, we can find lands at some point, but don't know if it necessarily matters. And then now I can just... I already played a land, so stock up seems like worse. I think the better play is to go for this here. And we can grab a split up so I don't have to waste my Ultima. Because I want my Ultima realistically to also pick up an Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Well, in turn, I feel like their play is play land, upgrade this talent all the way to the last mode. And if that is the case, you do get to do something really funny and get losting it. Sure. You draw a card. There's no VV or anything in there, so... Here. Yeah. Go. Bolt seems the best. Play a Surveil line here. Eco is probably not a card I really want to put in the graveyard necessarily. Pass the turn. Yeah. Let's play now. Sure. Yeah. To combat. I'm gonna wait for a declared attacker here, of course. Good with taking no damage. Probably not going to get value off our No More Lies any point here, so let's just get rid of that. Put them on no cards in hand. I could go Shiko, play that, most likely hit a land. Let's go ahead and cast stock up. Yeah. Seems like a good move. Take the land though. That enters that's able to enter untapped, and the reason why is so we can consult here. All right, Mr. Best Deck in the format deciding to leave. Nice. Should be able to keep this. Good. Blue black maybe. Lot of removal in our hand. Holy, we'll keep a land though. This game seems like it's just going to be about whether or not we can get to right turn or not. Sure, brother, take a look. Take a look under the hood. I got stuff under here, bro. I've got stuff. It's just the epitome of remove your stuff on site. I don't know. Move the stuff. Remove it all. Remove all of the stuff. So they take that, which is interesting, but I think they take that because it can target planeswalkers. Which, like, I could still get lost your planeswalker. We do know that, right? Alright. We're going to be mana efficient here, by the way. We're going to braid something. No. I don't like Enduring Curiosity that much. Sure. It doesn't really matter to me, I guess. Sure. Pretty sure makes sense. I don't really care. I can always get this card back later, right? Or I could get it back right now. Mm-hmm. Let's stick to our game plan, to be honest. This kind of backfires if they Kaido us, of course. But they would have done it last turn, in my opinion. They could have Curiosity. They don't play it now. I think it's a mistake. At least on their end step. I think it's a mistake. I could wait. The thing is, I get the exile card back. So if they play it, like, I exile it. And it doesn't matter, right? So, big questions. Big questions. And we will use our counter spell because it does work better. And I will also get lost as Siren. Oh, shocking. No. Hopefully no. Not letting you get a Kaido in now, brother. Sure. What you got for me? We do need just like a solid draw spell. If I draw like a stock up, that's what we need. We just need one of those. I like stock up a lot. I like Shiko a lot too, but maybe I messed up and should have just popped both creatures with that, but I don't know. Earlier in the game, maybe I was being a bit greedy. Probably. I would agree with that. My No More Lies now has like no value. It's gonna be hard to get my No More Lies to have value, I think. I'll trade this. Destroy all untapped creatures. I'll take that. If they have a dead draw here, it's huge. If it's not a dead draw, then obviously we're in trouble. But oh, speaking of non-dead draws, that's a pretty good one. And they thought about that. Oh yeah, use my get lost against me, please. God, I love when get lost is just a draw 3. And look at all this flooding they could have done. Look at all that flooding they could have done. But instead, I said, don't worry, bro. You can draw as many cards as you'd like. I don't care. You can draw them all, actually. They have 1,000,000 mana. No More Lies sucks. I somehow am drawing out of this weirdly. Yep. It paused for them, but not for me. I thought that time because they had another game action, it would give me the choice. But apparently not. Might as well just let that resolve too. I'm drawing really well. God. It's possible with my Shiko earlier, I was supposed to like just Dragonfire that and leave the 2/2, but their draw kind of proved the opposite to be true. Right? Where it was like, I should have Dragonfire, but the opposite was true because then they played another Curiosity. Man, if your plan is to do nothing, I'll take it. I can now counter and draw. And hold up a No More Lies. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, and they have enough. Have enough regardless, too. So much mana, bro. Come on. Huh. I can fight. I can fight a card, I guess. I don't know. Take a draw, too. It's whatever. Whack. Man. Man, oh man. It's a tough day out here. Just sitting here losing. Having a horrible time. Play another creature land. Like, what am I to do with it? Turn, I guess. Or maybe? Turn damage. Just be the time that they have the counter spell. Be so sick. No? Sweet. I'll take it. Yeah, I definitely think this game is kind of relied on that split up a bit, to be honest. But these revelations, if they don't have the counter spells, are going to get us out of this game. As you can tell, they're already not attacking because it just doesn't really make sense to stock up deal. Now it's time for us to change some stuff together. Maybe. It's obviously always the counter where I can't. I think it's so hard for them, though. This time I let that happen, by the way, if you're curious. They have 2 blocks. I think, like, it's okay. Here. Do it before the blocks and stuff happen. Resolve. Oh, it does. Deal. Yay, now I can double No More Lies them. I thought they already played land. I might have been wrong about that. Sure. They did already play land. I was correct in my assessment. Stock up. Prowess for 4. Who knows? I might go for a win here. I don't think I'm gonna. But we'll see. All insta resolving. It is. I don't know if they're auto passing, but we'll see. So this is what 3, 6, 9, 12. Here. They go to 1. Ah, I thought I had it. I just don't know how to count. Well, I had it, I guess, if that creature would have hit them instead, but I also have a lightning helix. But I thought we were dead in the water. I thought we were cooked. Obviously, we're just gonna let all this go. Okay. I don't know what you have. I'm attacking you for 3. And then I'm swinging a helix at you. But very cool. I'm skipping you. I have reasons today that I'm skipping that question. Because I have had crazy amount of games that I played 30 games today before I decided I was playing control. I kept losing really badly. And I've not had a great day. Yeah, I guess. Plains or island, which we won't have. This can enter untapped off this. But I think I want my helix available. Which I guess we can go Foundry and the Verge and it doesn't matter. Right? They're tapped. So it's kind of that weird thing of like, you don't have to make it hard. Deal. I don't know. I don't think helix matters now. Oh, sick. Nice. I like this person. They're cool. I'm doing this. We're trying to find Ultima as physically fast as possible. I think I'll just grab a Surveil land because it's just more value here. Nice. Nice, dude. I'm okay with that. Obviously, a Get Lost would have been sick to get that. Ooh, boy. Oh, snap, brother. It is a bit weird that I have to play a Surveil land and not stock up because I do need to hold up this No More Lies or I'm... All right, lands, go away. I stock up. Pause. 3. Okay. You remember when Arena last game asked me if I had fun? I knew that that was a test. Be like, look, you had fun last game. Here's a lot of lands. This is weird, but I have to counter this. This is a draw too, and I'm good on that. Okay. We basically have to answer the one guy. So let us... We have a mountain, so we do. So we can cast stock up here. We're looking for an Ultima at some point. Like, he's not the worst. Like, I'm not grabbing a land here, right? Like, there's just no way. Maybe it's just Helix to keep me alive the whole time. Then we just say go. Full Guide Lantern to probably draw a card. And the reason we grab this is because worst case scenario, right? We play it and we make them pick up both their weapon manufacturings. Just kind of the idea there, if you're curious why we did. No Get Lost, no Ultima. Ultima also can't answer these technically. The thing that Ultima does is lets them build up 1,000,000 tokens. Pardon me? Wait. Pause? And they shocked, by the way. Sacrifice an artifact creature, draw a card, activate only as a sorcery. Okay. So with these on the stack, they can't do anything because it's only a sorcery activation. So we'll blow this up so they can't sack these right now. Which, unfortunately, a synthesizer's on the other end of that. So, like, that's not that fun. Brother, what am I supposed to do here? I feel like I have to find Ultima now because of this. Right? And I keep finding lands, bro. Get away from me, please. There's so many down here. There's 5 lands at the bottom. All right, I mean, that does it. Pretty much. Maybe not does it, but like... come on, bro. That's an 11/11, dog. What do I do about that? Get a fire crystal. I get hit for 12. Look at all these lands down there, man. Actually go get fire crystal? Oh, we just die. Right? I take 2 here. Yeah, we're just dead. I mean, I guess I messed up. I don't know. No, it's just, it has 2. Never mind. We're fine. Keep doing it. So they have 12. They have 12, 14, 16, 18. So I have to Helix here. We'll just Helix. You have enough not to die now. They can sack all these and do everything. This is why we need an Ultima incredibly bad. And we do play it. We just had to find it. Here. They're going to sack all these. I guess it didn't have to respawn, huh? Bit tough. No, I did. There's other ones on the stack. Duh. There's just no way that there's this many lands. Brother. Are we serious? Like, there's just, like, how is there more lands? Or I guess. You can get lost it when it becomes a creature. Yeah, man, you got it, bro. What do I do? You know what I mean? Like, literally, I couldn't even find cards to find cards. I just kept looking at lands every turn. Like, that's absurd, man. Because the thing is, when you cycle the River Regent, too, it shuffles after. So, it's the 5 lands were on the bottom still. Like, that's nuts, man. All right, very good hand. We'll keep. And the reason I say good hand is because it's not 40 lands. I'll keep the Day of Judgment, weirdly enough. Seems like a Day of Judgment game. Yeah. Probably going to go ahead and cast this, to be honest with you. We're just looking for lands here. The verges are already turned on, so I'd much rather just take a land that doesn't require me to hurt myself to get put into play. And we're going to go with this. I don't know what the 2 green they have is available, but I would assume it's a protection spell like Hexproof, which means most likely my Day of Judgment is just going to be solid. Or it's a random flash creature that's green. I don't know. Hey, Ultima. I was looking for you last game. I'm glad you showed up instantly this game. What? I just, man. It's always a weird experience. No. Did everything I could. Sure. And just like that, I think this game is pretty much over, which is quite funny. 3 lands, I'll take anything else. Do this. In Arena, I think it's over because if my opponent rebounds, we just get them. Right? And even after a rebound, it's not even... I only have 1 island. I do have to grab another blue at some point, I guess. Sure. I'm not even positive I really care about that much. Much do I care about stock up? Wow. You know what card is very good in a spot like this? Eco. I don't have to commit anything to the board. I get another re-look at 6 cards. Like, we'll just take that all day. We will grab again at this point. I know I need a blue, but my hand's kind of curving out where I don't need that much blue. Where realistically I'm looking to do this, or I'm looking to do this, which I can grab the island off of. Hello, Mr. Transparent? Damage can't be prevented. It's most likely like a giant growth or something. Do here. So if it's a small pump spell, they can't like overdo it. Destructible, sure. That many counters, so obviously there's a bit of a worry here. I will grab the island now. Turn over. I could have played this instead of this. That's okay. 5 mana. Sure. Obviously, this is going to go away. I know it's half invisible, but you don't have to worry about that. Things with counter have ward. Not waste a thing on that. All right, maybe they felt like they had nothing else to do with their mana. I think that's fine. I was gonna say that was gonna go away anyway, but if you literally had nothing to do with your mana, like that totally makes sense to me. More lies. And activate here. And that's the game. Very cool. Alright, so don't have really a lot of time to talk about the outro, but I do like the way that this deck is constructed, and I really enjoyed the way that it played. I do like a lot of these one-ofs that we should be able to find, but unfortunately we're never able to really find that Ultima against the Munitions player. And then we had one other loss where it was just DV Cauldron as well before, like we just didn't even really play a game. They just kind of had the nuts and we lost. I didn't even let them do it. They had a Vivi on tap for one turn, and I just conceded. It's like I'm not playing this game. I don't care. Like it does not matter that much to me. But big things to take away is no more lies is at a 4 of, 3 steps ahead is at a 1 of. You could, in theory, go 3 and 2 here. I wouldn't necessarily mind that, especially in best of 1. I think that's an okay play. Lightning Helix is a 4 of, feels like an absolute necessity. Dragonfire is nice just because the exile, the Molten Exile, it just hits a little bit higher, but can also hit Planeswalkers as well. So can't this, and so can't this. A Brazier in here technically for Cauldron, but also Synthesizer decks, things like that. Just being able to stagger them a turn when we need to for Ultima to come around is obviously where we're at in that matchup. 2 Consults, which some people play like this 4 and this 2. I promise you, in my opinion, when it comes to Jeskai control, Stock Up is a much better card, and the reason for that is because of Shiko. Any time that you can play a Stock Up or have a Stock Up in your graveyard and a Shiko's online, it is just a much better feeling to be able to hit that up, especially playing this on 3 if you have to. And then on turn 4, you kind of have your pieces that you got from a Stock Up. You remove a thing, counter a thing, whatever. Go Shiko, exile that Stock Up, and then cast it again, and then also leaving behind a 4/5 blocker. It's also a very nice kind of strategy against these aggro decks whenever you can do a high value play like that. So obviously that feels great. Other than that, there's a ton of one-ofs all across the lots, and we will do the kind of uncommon rare split up that we have. I understand that this is a rare, but I think it's just because of the art. It's not actually a rare on the client. It's an uncommon, I believe. So this deck, not necessarily cheapest when it comes to crafting. I also think Day of Judgment's a rare, but I'm not sure. It could be a mythic, I guess, depending on what the actual print is. I just have that art, so I like to play it, to be honest. So rares, mythics, uncommons, commons, a lot of rares in here. All these are rares, so you know it gets pretty pricey. It looks kind of goofy if you do it like this, which is quite funny. You need all these rares. So, you know, not the cheapest deck in the world to craft. But with that said, I hope you all enjoyed the deck regardless, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.